Hello everybody, Spooky Sandwoman here. Thank you for checking out episode 14 of Asagao Academy. Last episode, we finished the tournament. We did not win, but we also beat PBG. Yeah, we beat PBG, that was pretty cool. What else happened? We went outside in the nice day to go finish reading the book Satch recommended us, and we found an itty bitty kitty. And gave it back to Gerard because we figured it's his because he collects them all, so why not? Okay. Thankfully, I managed to finish my book. It took more time than I expected, though, and by the time I got back to my room, it was dark outside. When I opened the door to my room, the lights were off. I flicked them on and the huddled form of Mai hugging a stuffed purple bear appeared on her bed. I'm back. Mai glanced at me, then buried her face in her bear. Was she sulking? This was unlike her to be so energetic. Or unenergetic, excuse me. You okay? That doesn't sound very okay. Mai glanced at me, her face a light shade of pink like she was holding her breath. You know, you can tell me anything. You've helped me out a lot, so it's the least I can do in return, right? Besides, we're friends. Mai sighed and threw her bear on the floor, where it lay as if screaming in agony. Ah! It's not fair, she sighed again. I know it's terrible to think like this. But even though I'm really happy for you, you're getting to be friends with those guys. It's just not fair. Those guys who... Normal Boots Club? It's just that I've been a fan of them for so long and I've loved Jared forever. And then here you come out of the blue with your pink hair and just like that, you're friends. She snapped her fingers in front of her face. But here I've been trying this whole time and Jared doesn't even know my name. I know I'm being stupid and I feel bad, but still. They're your friends, too. Mai smiled weakly at me. They wouldn't be my friends if it wasn't for you. I'm going to sleep. She turned over and closed her eyes without even taking off her uniform. I turned off the light and walked to the bear she threw in the middle of the room. I'm sorry, too. I said it quietly, but even as the words left my lips, I knew they were a lie. Despite our slight confrontation last night, Mai was as peppy as usual the next day. It seemed like there was no reason for me to worry, but that didn't mean I didn't. The bell rang and class started. Miss Shizuka wrote origami flowers on the board in an ornate script, then turned to glare at the class. The flower festival is only a few days away. It's time to start folding flowers to sell for the school. We do this every year, guys. I don't want to hear any groans. You're free to write an essay on the importance of these funds for the school if you'd rather not participate. A few students rolled their eyes, but I smiled. It sounded kind of fun, and I hadn't folded origami in years. I'm handing out practice sheets because I know how bad you guys are at origami. I'm only going to teach you once, so pay attention. Shizuka returned to the front of the class, picking an ornate green of paper. Yep. As she instructed the class, I realized that these were the most basic version of origami flowers. I was already familiar with them. I folded my practice paper with ease while Shizuka roamed the room, helping the students who struggled to follow along. These creases are weak! Kindergartners could do better than this. Hell, my ex could do better than this. Sadness passed across Miss Shizuka's face. She turned to the boy next to her and slammed her hand on his desk. You need to be better. Be better for everyone's sake. Jeez, seems like quite a few students were having trouble. I went to the front of the class to get new paper, passing John on the way back to my seat. His paper caught my eye. You folded this the wrong way. Your folder's gonna be narrow if you keep going. I'll be honest with you, Hana. I have no idea what I'm doing. Help me. He kind of looked like he was about to cry. I knelt by his desk, unfolding and refolding his paper. This looks perfect. You're so good at origami. Did you have to make flowers at your old school too? No, I used to do origami a lot when I was younger. I guess muscle memory just kicked in. Thanks though. Really? What an odd skill to have. Is it? Please. John clasped a hand around my wrist. Stay with me. Help me. Sure. If you need it. I knew I could count on you. Thank you, Hana. You are a goddess. I spent the entire rest of the class period slowly doling out lessons to John and PBG. I offered to help Shane, but he turned away from me, instead watching over John's shoulder. Shane. I kept my movements large and exaggerated so he could see too. It was nice to feel useful. When class was over, I headed back to the dorms with Mai. We had a long night ahead of us filled with homework and the possible reward of chocolate ice cream should we finish on time. As long as Paul isn't around. But before I got far, someone called my name. Hana. Jeff! Jeff, is everything okay? Hey, the Normal Boots Club has a meeting today and PBG forgot to take a soccer uniform with them. He held up a blue and gold uniform. He won't have much time to change before practice if he doesn't have this, and I have to run down to the field. Can you take it for me? Of course we can! Mai grabbed the uniform from Jeff. Awesome! Thanks. He dashed towards the field, Mai turned toward me, running victory through her face. What? Finally, a chance to see Jared in his element! Come on, Hana, we've got to hurry. We approached the Normal Boots Club room, hearts thumping nervously. At least I assumed Mai was, judging by the way she was fidgeting like a hummingbird on acid it was. What? We stepped up to the door and we were about to knock when I heard my name on someone's lips. Hana. Oh no! Oh no, he's selling bad! I don't know. I froze and turned to Mai. Her face was lit, and she pressed a finger to her lips. She leaned in closer to the door and I followed suit. Dude, I think it's fine. What do you think she's gonna do to us? You need to calm down. But it's so pink. No one has hair like that. People can't choose their hair color, Shane. That's a really poor reason to judge someone. God damn it, Shane. I know, but I don't trust people with pink hair. You know there's more to it than just the color. Don't deny it. Weird things always happen around people with pink hair. Sure, but they're not dangerous. Aren't they? My heart sank. I stepped away from the door, unwilling to hear more. Hana. I held up my hand and shook my head. Just when I thought I was beginning to win Shane over. Was this how he truly felt about me? I'm heading back. But... I stepped past her, walking as quickly as I could back to the dorms. Luckily, I didn't pass anyone on my way back. I didn't think I could manage small talk without bursting into tears after what happened. Gee, thanks, Shane. I kicked off my shoes and went to set my backpack down by my desk, passing the mirror. I paused as I did so, turning to the mirror, evaluating myself on a whole new level. So much grief. My hair has caused me so much grief over the course of my life. And now, for some reason, Shane thought I was suspicious. I smoothed my hair down with my hands, the shortness of it catching me by surprise. It was softer when it was long. With a sigh, I turned away and collapsed onto my bed, hugging Mr. Bunny to my chest. Should I dye my hair, Mr. Bunny? I raised him up, staring into his glassy eyes. Yeah, you're right. I rolled onto my side, squeezing Mr. Bunny to my chest. Satch said it himself. You don't choose your natural hair color. Mr. Bunny was small against me, and I smiled. At least he still liked me. Shaking my head, I went to my desk. I had better things to do than mope. You're still studying, Hana? I took my headphones out of my ears and turned to Mai. Our plans for that evening were postponed, and I silently thanked her for not pushing me to keep them. I wasn't in the mood anymore. Yeah? It's only been a few hours. You haven't moved since I left the room last. She climbed her bed, dangled her feet off the side. At least take a break, okay? Well, I have been meaning to return the book I checked out. It was overdue and I had to do it at some point. I was gonna do it today, but after what had happened, it was the last thing I wanted. That didn't make it any less overdue, though. Go do that! Meet me at dinner afterward. If you're gonna spend the rest of your life studying, at least be nutritionalized. I don't think that's a word. I stretched, bending backwards to apologize to my back for the hours of arching over a desk. I would have been a hunchback by the end of my school career, I was sure. You're right. I'll go. I'll see you at dinner. It was pretty late when I got to the library. No one came at this time unless there was term paper due. Since it was still relatively early in the year, the room was barren. Satch was working at the desk, as I expected, but he was joined by PBG and Paul. As soon as I saw them, I turned around, trying to walk back out, but... Hey, Hana! Fortunately, my hair also made me stick out like a sore thumb. I reluctantly joined them at the counter. What's up? Not much. I'm taking a study break to return the book I checked out. I took the book out of my bag and handed it to Satch. That book. I can't help but notice you reading The Princess Betrothed. It's good, isn't it? Yeah, I never would have read it without Satch's suggestion, so I have to thank him. He nodded and put the book on the to-be-sorted shelf. No problem. I work in the library for nothing. I have another suggestion for you if you need one. No thanks. I want to get back to the dorms. Oh, come on. It's almost dinner. Let him check out this great book for you. Then we can all go to the cafeteria together. Well, alright. That was the last thing I wanted to do, but I was really bad at showing people that I didn't want to talk. Follow me to the fiction section. I need a drink because my throat hurts. My mind we set off through the library on an epic quest for adventure and fortune. My mind raced, trying to think of a good excuse so I didn't have to follow them to the cafeteria. Here it is, The Banana Club. He pulled a bright yellow book off the shelf. The Banana Club was written across it in a bold font. Now, I know it sounds stupid. Looks kind of stupid too, honestly, but trust me. One of the most moving books I've ever read. The ending crushed me. He put a fist to his mouth and blinked rapidly. Don't cry now, Satch. I'm gonna stop before I spoil anything. He handed the book to me and I gazed blankly at the cover. Thanks, Satch. And, Hana? Huh. Are you alright? You don't look very well. I wasn't, really, but of course there was no way I was gonna tell Satch that I eavesdropped on their private conversation. I am just feeling a little under the weather. I conjured a fake cough. It sounded pathetic. I think I'm gonna skip out on dinner too. Not feeling well enough. Satch narrowed his eyes and nodded. If you say so. Do you still want to read this book? Yes, I do. Your suggestions haven't failed me so far. Okay, let me check it out for you real quick so I can go back and rest. Or so you can go back and rest. When we got back, PBG and Paul were off on the other side of the room, Paul waving a book vehemently at PBG. Satch stepped behind the counter and grabbed my book. You know, if something is bothering you, or if you're still getting used to the school, we're all here if you need to talk. I know. Transfers have the hardest around here, and everyone knows that. I nodded. He passed the book to me and I put it in my backpack. Just... don't be a stranger, alright? I won't. Thanks, Satch. I'll see you tomorrow. I waved goodbye to him and made my way back to the dorm. Somehow Satch always knew when I was upset and how to make me feel better. It helped that Paul and PBG weren't acting any different from me than normal either. Maybe it really was just Shane with the problem. Whatever problem that was. Hana? You know, I should probably stop here. and end the episode. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Well, thank you. I got a burp. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Share with your friends if they like assholes who don't like people with pink hair. Fuck you, Shane.